It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue our conversation on the ever so intriguing yet pretty dangerous puffer fish that have recently washed up on False Bay's beaches. Joining us is Tinus Bierkus, the curator at the awesome Two Oceans Aquarium. Tinus, thanks for sticking around. We're going to briefly wrap up the chat now. I understand the puffer fish don't actually digest their food, and also interestingly enough, and I suppose it makes sense, they don't have any ribs. Is this true?
Graham, that's entirely correct. And it's interesting to think about it because as evolutionary strategy, what the fish did, it basically sacrifices its stomach in order to be able to inflate. So if you look at the fish and think about the stomach, think of an accordion. The stomach has got a lot of folds, but it's scrunched up like an accordion. And what happens when a fish wants to inflate, it's got specialized muscles in its mouth and in its throat. It unhinges its jaw, it rapidly swallows water. And it literally is a stomach that inflates. So because the stomach does the job, it can't have any ribs, it's got no pelvis. And the stomach can't be used for digestion. So actually food passes straight through to the small intestine and digestion happens there.
Wow, man. And so what you're saying is they'd be really good at beer downs. They'll be able to smash a beer, man. So let's talk turkey here. Just how toxic are pufferfish really to humans and to dogs, most notably, who are prone to eating them on the beaches?
Yes, the reference out there will tell you that that tetrodotoxin is about 1,200 times stronger than cyanide.
Wow.
So it is a very, very strong toxin. And although we said earlier, no, most animals and land animals will know not to eat pufferfish, but domesticated animals aren't always that switched on. So dogs, unfortunately, especially if a dog is very enthusiastic, might want to lick it or eat it. If it does, it's important to take it to a vet as soon as you possibly can. Don't be surprised if a dog starts vomiting, and a vet will be able to sort it out. What the tetrodotoxin does, it's a very powerful neurotoxin. So paralysis will set in fairly rapidly within about 15 to 18 minutes. For people, I always say to folks, if you do handle a pufferfish on the beach, you pick one up, just wash your hands afterwards. It's important to note the fish itself is not an aggressive fish, and the bite isn't venomous at all. It doesn't have any spines. It can't inject the toxin into you. You physically either have to handle it really well or cut it open and get your fingers into the internal organs and then lick your fingers. So you don't have to give them a wide berth, but by the same token, you'd just be aware that this can happen.
Thank you so much. We're going to have to leave it there, but we really appreciate all of the insights this morning, and once again reiterate how awesome you and your team are. Thank you so much for sharing that cautionary tale with us and giving us a few absolute gems there. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Have a stunning morning.
Mother Nature and her wonders that never cease to amaze us. Some very interesting facts there indeed. And a reminder to all of our beachgoers, please just, I think, to be safe, keep your distance from these animals and make sure that your pets, especially your dogs, do, if you find yourself on any of False Bay's beaches and see those pufferfish, if you come across these unusual animals, any animals, insects or creatures, in fact, share that story with us and we'd like to find out more. You can do that on our Expresso Morning Show Facebook page.